光復香港，時代革命 Liberate Hong Kong, the revolution of our times. This has been the chant that has been ongoing on the streets of Hong Kong for more than 3 months. From a 1 million people march, 2 million people march, this has morphed into an ongoing fight that has wowed the world. For almost 100 days now, Hong Kongers have moved themselves into this front line of a global fight. Our international port that has been historically quite politically indifferent has made a huge comeback from the ruins of the umbrella movement and leading the world into this very global fight against the tyrants. This has been a leaderless movement with total decentralization. This is a new generation who have witnessed the rise and fall of the umbrella movement, who knew what mistakes we have made, and who know that we need to avoid and to learn from these mistakes. Through technology, like online apps, Telegram apps, online forums, and also with the unique flexibility and creativity of Hong Kong people, we have succeeded in sustaining this fight for a very unexpected amount of time, fighting the unshakable foundations of this huge machine that is China. Since June, our Beijing-appointed Chief Executive Officer, Carrie Lam, has tried to push ahead this extradition bill that would potentially have removed this war between Hong Kong and China. Misjudging this situation, thinking that she could again ignore the people's voices, making mistake after mistake. She has pushed millions, 2 million people onto the streets of Hong Kong. And also by hiding behind the police force, refusing to resolve these political issues with political solutions, she has pushed our city into its total police state. Since 3 months, the police have been given full authority. On June 12th, they have utilized more than a few hundred rounds of tear gas onto the people, rubber bullets, sponge bullets, charging onto people, arresting innocent citizens, and also beating up people for no reason. And since then, they have been deliberately hiding their identities, hiding their warrant cards, refusing to give out their identities, charging into MTR stations, beating up people randomly, and even going into secondary schools areas. They have been calling protesters cockroaches, dehumanizing the people and also legitimizing their own actions. So up to date, we have more than 1,200 arrests, among which about 200 people being charged for riot and some for unlawful assembly. We have people being injured. This girl, she has been shot in the eye by a beanbag round, therefore risking permanent loss of vision. And also youngsters who have been beaten up in the head by batons and refused the help of first aiders. The government's arrogance, and also by hiding themselves behind this authoritarian force, which is the police, they have pushed our city into a deadlock position because they are refusing to back down, and so are we. And although we have had a so-called withdrawal of the bill, this is still not a victory to us. In short, it is too little, too late. Our 5 demands are still very clear. 5大诉求缺一不可. We are demanding for an independent investigative council and also for the label of riot to be removed, for justice to be served. And also, of course, at the root cause of all these problems, we want a total political reform of the Hong Kong government. So on its front, this all started with an extradition bill. But really, the fundamental conflicts is that we have 2 totally different set of values. One, that is the China model, which is ruling by fear and demanding submission of the people. And on the other side, we have our hybrid and vibrant city, where we have had freedoms and human rights since the beginning of its existence, and also this deep attachment to these universal values. So despite its originally clever and goodwill of this design, with the rise and immortalizing of the iron regime of Xi Jinping, this one country, 2 systems model is doomed to fail. So right now, we are going through this second wave of political repercussions. This tightening grip of the Beijing government on Hong Kong affairs has been reaching out to all areas of our lives, including corporations like our major airline, Cathay Pacific, being pressured to firing pilots and employees over their political stance, sometimes even only because of a Facebook post. And we also have our MTR system, our subway system, shutting down stations in moments of protest, therefore helping the police to arrest people. And also, of course, celebrities in Hong Kong, Taiwan, and even China being pressured into taking sides. These 我要支持香港警察 或我是护旗手, these hashtag campaigns that they are pressured into participating. So when 5 or 10 years ago, celebrities could just keep their silence in fear of having other complications, now there is no space for staying neutral. You simply have to choose sides. And the most terrifying thing is that government institutions worldwide are being affected. Just recently, 2 weeks ago, in Australia, an event has been denied a venue by a national NGV, the National Gallery of Victoria, this art museum, because of security concerns. They have denied the application of a venue to me and also to Chinese artist Ba Liu Cao. And also a gay pride in Montreal has been banning these Hong Kong activists from their participation because also of security concerns. So, how do we counter this huge machine that is bringing their values alongside their economic powers into the world, intimidating and silencing people, and also demanding for people worldwide to oblige? As I have said in my previous speech in the Oslo Freedom Forum in May, this is a time for people to stand up. When government institutions and corporates have their hands tied, it is up to the people to get back that authority. When the system does not provide, we take things in our own hands. Do your best in what you do best. This always stays true. When we can stand together, we can find the solutions, as the Hong Kong demonstrators have proudly showed the world, including these campaigns for crowdfunding, where we have raised more than 5 million Hong Kong dollars within hours to post, to put these ads onto newspapers worldwide, the Stand with Hong Kong at G20 Summit. And also, people pitching in anonymously, these designers giving out their talent and artwork to help promote different events and strategies that have been discussed and going ahead with the participation of other protesters. And also these Lennon walls that have been appearing in more than 100 areas of Hong Kong that have been ripped apart and then put up again overnight. And our youngsters in the front lines learning on the job, well, not job, like on the road. And sorry, that would cause some smearing there. And just making shift of everything they can, any object that they can grab onto, like making shields out of signs, road signs, out of water bottles, and also, you must have seen this on social media, where we have overcome our fear by learning to extinguish the weapons from the other side with water, with thermals, and even with tennis rackets. And also, this is really a very widespread participation, not only of the youngsters in the front lines, but really everybody. We have elderly standing in front of police. We have people from all walks of life joining in, and also people coming to save the other people. This very amazing image of a Hong Kong Dunkirk, where volunteer drivers came to rescue some of the protesters who were trapped at the airport. So, in these very desperate times, what we need to do is really to pitch in. By having everyone playing their part, we can have a thriving battle with the whole community. No one person is too weak. And in the face of this global fight against these authoritarians, for our humanity, we need to stand together. Just right here, form communities. Get to know the people around you. By making these alliances, even cross-border, we can find solutions as a global community. Stand up for ourselves, be naughty, be rebellious, be fearless, and most of all, be water. Thank you.